Hi everybody, it's me again. I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in so long. I've been out of town on vacation. It was my family reunion last week. It was so much fun. I can't even explain it. It was so much fun. Just incredible. My dad and my three brothers picked me up here in Salem, and then we drove up to Everett, Washington, where my cousin Morgan was getting married to his beautiful wife, Tatovic. Congratulations, both of you. And the wedding was absolutely wonderful. They had their reception at the Everett Yacht Club, and it was so much fun. I mean, there's an open bar. The whole family was there. It was just great. And then from Everett, we drove to Ocean Shores, Washington, where we have our family reunion every year. It's a 50-year tradition. It's been 34 years that we've been doing it at the same place, same hotel, same time of year, every year. It was just absolutely wonderful. You know, we were up there, and there's about 60 of us total, and we just take over this hotel, the Sands and Ocean Shores, and it was so much fun. It always is. It was an absolute blast, and it was so much fun. It was especially great because I was able to smile at my family reunion and at the wedding and get some great pictures in, and I didn't have to feel ashamed. My dad is actually the one who paid for my dentures. And when I saw him, I hadn't seen him in about, I hadn't seen him I don't remember. It's been a long time. But I saw my dad, and, he looked at me first thing, and I said, "Hi, Daddy." And he just looked at me, and he said, "That is the best $3,000 I've ever spent." And that meant so much to me. And everybody just agreed that they would never be able to tell that they were dentures if they didn't already know. And anyway, that was great. It meant so much to me. I mean, my family reunion is my happiest time of year. And if I wasn't able to smile there, I don't think that's possible, to not smile. Anyway, it would have been a bummer because I wouldn't have been able to, I wouldn't have felt as good. Anyway, so it's been 17 days now since having my dentures. I left for the family reunion at about 1 week after getting my dentures put in, and I had my first adjustment done that day. I had to go to Wilsonville because the denturist who did my teeth was on vacation, but I went there. I just walked in, and they just kind of squeezed me in. It was real quick. They squeezed me in. They asked where my sore spots were. They took a look at my mouth, took my dentures back. It sounded like they were using a Dremel or something. Dremeled them down or filed them down where they were making me sore. They put some C-Bond in. They said it was the only kind of adhesive I was really supposed to use because I can't use like the cream or the gel adhesives because it pulls at my stitches and it gets in my extraction things or something. But I didn't like it. I didn't like the C-Bond. I felt like I had even more shit in my mouth. Stuff in my mouth than I already do. But just getting that adjustment done felt great. Another thing, I don't mean to sound like I'm bragging about myself, but another thing that happened today that hasn't happened in a long time was I was at the grocery store earlier, just an hour or so ago, getting some margarita mixers. It's super hot here. It's like over 100 degrees today, hence the fan that's blowing on me, but cheers to that. So, I'm at the grocery store, and I'm just picking up some stuff, and this guy walks by. He's kind of an older gentleman. He had some kids with him, and he just says hello, and, I smiled and said hi back, and he stopped and he looked at me and he said, "Wow, it's so nice to see such a beautiful smile here," and it felt great. It made my whole day because it's been a long time since somebody other than, my family has complimented me on my smile, and it just felt great. It felt really good. So, that's that. But, anyway, I also wanted to say a couple quick thank yous. I want to say thank you, especially, there's a lot of people who've been showing me a lot of support here, and I appreciate every one of you. You guys are so great. All of your comments and your compliments and your advice and just, everything you guys have to say, I appreciate it so much. You guys are such a help. But I want to say 3 specific thank yous. One, of course, to Nisi, the first person I connected on here specifically with. She made a video and she explained how to use the bends in it for me. So did Geneve, who's my second thank you. You ladies are wonderful. I don't know what I would do without you. The benzoate. Oh my God, you're right. It's my best friend, and I feel kind of like an idiot now because I was trying to put it on my mouth, and you guys just explained very simply, put it on your denture, and I was like, wow, that really works. It really worked a lot, and it worked really well. In Ocean Shores, my dad took me to the pharmacy. I'd run out of mine, and he just cleared them out. He bought every last benzoate they had, and that was great. So I want to say thank you to both of you ladies for all your continued help, all the help you've given me, and all your love and support. You guys are awesome. I don't know what I'd do without you girls. And lastly, to Dr. Barry P. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly how to pronounce your last name, and I don't want to say it wrong, but you know who you are. He's a dentist, and he's left a few comments that have been just incredibly helpful, like super helpful, and it's so cool to have an actual dentist, leaving advice on my YouTube videos, and his advice has been incredibly helpful. I mean, like, you can't get that kind of, well, I'm sure you can, but I mean, the things he's written to me have been more helpful than, some of the things you get from your actual dentist when you go in to visit them. Answered all my questions, all my stupid questions that I've asked on here. Dr. Barry, you're awesome. I thank you so much. I've taken all your advice to heart, and it's been super helpful to me. So thank you. And everybody else, thank you guys so much. You guys are so great. I've also talked to a few people who've been talking about considering getting dentures or already scheduled to get there soon. And I wish you guys the best of luck. And I really hope you'll keep me posted, because I want to hear your stories too. I feel like, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself in a way. It's kind of deep, but I did have a baby back in 2008. I got pregnant, and it wasn't under the best circumstances. I wasn't a junkie or anything like that, or some low life, but I wasn't quite ready to be a mom. And as soon as I got pregnant, the first thing that came to my mind in mother status was, I want my baby to have the best life ever. And I did do an open adoption with him. And that was probably, the other best thing I did, best decision I made, because Linda, the lady who adopted him, is fantastic. I get to see him all the time. Both me and his birth father are a big part of his life. He's 6 years old now. So yeah, I'm kind of off subject, but that and the dentures are the two best things I've ever done for myself. Other than that, I don't really know how much I've got to say. I have to go back in for another appointment soon. I missed, when I got my dentures, the dentist when they sent me off, they had already scheduled me for another appointment, which unfortunately was while I was out of town for my family reunion, so I've got to reschedule that and go back down, but they're feeling great. They're doing great. They're still staying in pretty well. There's a couple spots that get sore from time to time. The other thing I wanted to mention, I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. I did find, it is still, okay, so one thing that's been concerning me is it's still been pretty hard to eat. I can eat some things, but it's extremely difficult, and not necessarily because it's painful, but my top denture, stays in place pretty well, but if I have to chew even a little bit on something, it's like it pulls my bottom denture out of place and makes it really hard to chew. I mean, it's not like it's just a little annoying. I mean, I can't chew because my denture's moving around. And I don't know if that happens to the rest of you, or, when that'll get better. I did find, I know that I can't use the cream or the gel or the, whatever adhesives, because they'll pull up my stitches and whatnot, or I don't think I really have any stitches left, but it'll get in the holes and everything, and I don't want to do that. But I did find some, it's like super polydent, and anyway, they're little strips, and you just it's a little strip, it looks like a little stick of Trident gum almost, but it's a little thinner, and you just get it wet, and you set it in your denture, so you put, 2 on your bottom denture, and 2 or 3 on the top, and then you put them in, and it sticks, and it kind of melts down a little as it's in your mouth, but for the most part, it keeps its shape. It's not getting stuck in my, extraction sites. And I want to know if anybody knows if that's okay to use, because I was told to use nothing other than C-Bond, but, screw C-Bond. I really don't like that stuff. I don't like it at all. It didn't work for me. Yeah, I felt like I've got too much crap in my mouth already, and that just made it worse. So I want to know if that's okay, or if anyone has any other tips for how to eat well. So I'm still on the, not a liquid diet, but a basic one. Anyway, I'm rambling here. I want to keep this relatively short, or else nobody's going to watch it. So if anybody has any advice on eating, or any of that things that'll be helpful, I would really appreciate that. Otherwise, things are going great, and I really appreciate it. And like I said, thank you to everybody. And the last thing I'm going to post, it's a little unrelated, but I just found out a few minutes ago that Robin Williams committed suicide. I want to say R.I.P. To Robin Williams. He's absolutely wonderful. I've loved him forever, and I think that's horrible and very sad. So, I guess I'll end it on that depressing note. But thank you guys all for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys later.